Hello there. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, lounging with Lisa. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I have some news. It's not good, but I thought it'd be better just to send a video rather than contact everybody or whatever. Aunt Liz died this morning. She, as you know, she was uh, very ill and they thought she was going to die like 6 weeks, 2 months ago. I did a video about it. But it turned out she was okay then, and we were saying, my God, they had you written off, and she was doing really well. And then she had another case of pneumonia, and she ended up back in the hospital. And this went back and forth a few times. And the bottom line is she just did not make it. And I know a lot of people remember her from my videos. I've known her like 32 years. She's part of the family. And I just thought I'd let everybody know. It was a peaceful death. And we went to the hospital last night and were there for hours and played cards with her. And she was really, kind of with it. That happens a lot before people go. But she had to start refusing dialysis. First of all, it was a catch-22. She had a lot of issues during the dialysis that were kind of preventing the dialysis from working. But if they took her off one medication, this would happen, and that and the other. One of those things, where they couldn't use the blood thinner anymore, but they needed to use one because she had a blood clot. But if they used the blood thinner, they couldn't do dialysis. That's a fake tattoo, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyhow, she just, of course, knew what was going to happen, and we talked to her about arrangements a little bit and stuff like that, and played a game of 500. Spencer and I bickered, which always makes her happy and fun. She was getting a kick out of it, and just was in good spirits. And this morning, Katie called about 6:30, checked on her vitals. She was doing well at that point, as well as she can be, because her death was like kidney failure, sepsis, and hospice had been there, and she got all the literature and all that stuff. But her vitals were good and all, and then just a while later, she was on the phone with her sister, evidently, with whom she was very close. And that's when she, basically needed, she passed away on the phone with her sister, you might as well say. So, yeah, it wasn't long. Boy, we glad we went yesterday down to Newcastle. So, that's it. Appreciate everybody's good vibes and stuff. This is it's the end of an era because, Aunt Liz has lived my life with me here, she's been a part of the family for those 32 years, basically, and, was always involved in holidays, raised Spencer and Austin, because I used to go camping all the time before I had a channel, and, she lived with us, so she really, took care of the kids when I was out and about at campgrounds, and she would join me sometimes camping, and just a lot of memories. But anyhow, she was not in pain. She announced that last night to the nurse. She's like, I'm so glad I'm not in pain. And they had her on Dilaudid. So she was not in pain, ladies and gentlemen. So anyhow, that's it. Thank you for everything. And that's all I can really say at this time. Now we're going to be planning the arrangements. And her nephew, Rafe, and I are going to get together and, whatever. But he has to go to the funeral home tomorrow. Because he's actually her heir, her next of kin. So, okay, over and out. Thanks for everything. Thanks for your good thoughts, and we'll try to have good memories of our dear sweet Aunt Liz. Bye.